All right. All right, y'all. So now we are on week 4, which is we're covering in our Back to Business boot camp. We're covering niches, groups, and specializations. Okay. So the first thing first is a niche. We've covered a few times on, the importance of having a niche in your business, but some people still don't know what a niche is. So in order for us to go back to the basics, we have to understand and we have to make sure that we have a clear understanding of what things is in order for us to be successful in it. So what is a niche? It's literally, it's a business. Okay, a business niche is like something you specialize in. You specialize in, and it's also like your passion as well. So you should find your niche in, your travel business based on, like the needs that it needs to be met. Like if you're meeting people needs. So my niche is group travel. I love group travel. The need is it's hard for people to book group travel. It's hard for not only family members or groups of friends. It's hard for families to put together a group trip. Sometimes there's too many chiefs, and and it's not enough organization. It's not. It can be a number of things that makes that whole process a complete failure. And what happens with groups? If anyone on here ever booked a group, had a group, had been contacted by somebody that wants you to book a group, what happens with groups? A lot of groups are not successful. A lot of times that trip, they never get to take that trip. Sometimes it only come out to maybe 1 or 2 people. So me being a group travel specialist, I know the need for a successful group, from getting people from actually just contacting me, actually giving me, we put it all together to getting them to actually go on that trip. It is a skill and it is a process, and it's not that easy if you don't have a full system and a strategy. And I've been able to do that. And that's why my groups have been so successful, even now during this time that we're all facing right now in the travel industry. I have lost only one person that's going on one of my that's going to my Jamaica trip, and that's only because he's on dialysis, and that's understandable. But having a system in place or being a specialist in something, that's what makes you have a great niche. Like, it's your passion. I can book groups in my sleep. I'm a group specialist and a cruise specialist. I can book that stuff in my sleep. Somebody can call me and I can tell you just how to work out that problem, just how to prevent that problem, just how to get that group from point A to point B. Everybody can't do that, but that's my niche. That's my specialty. So when you're specialized in something, then that means you're skilled in it. That's what you do. So knowing one thing, there are riches and niches. I covered with you all, this is our 4th week. I've covered with you all the different things why we have the best job in the world, right? We can book concert tickets, sports tickets. We can book a luxury cruise all the way to a family cruise, a group cruise, a private island. We can book an all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean. We can book somebody down the street to the local hotel. We can put together a full itinerary with somebody with tours and pet the animals, or go visit the neighborhood charity. We have all of these things. We can book for the Essence festivals. We can book luxury coach buses. Like, we have access to all of these things. All of these things. However, if you narrow down to 1 or 2 of those things, you're going to make more money because you're focused. It's definitely riches in the niches. And this is the reason why people say that, and I've learned that because it is riches in the niches. I'm not trying to sell everything. I'm not trying to talk to everybody. I'm not trying to market to everybody. I know exactly who I want to talk to. I know exactly who my customers are. I know exactly who I want to go on this kind of trip. I know exactly the clientele that I want because I have a niche. And based on my niche, there are only certain people that will contact me. There are certain people that will do business with my business based on my niche. And I got a cold, y'all. So, uh, um, but example, like becoming a group travel expert, I have to have a clear niche. I can't just talk to anyone. So even with that, I still have to scale down to what kind of cruise people am I looking for. So if I'm looking for a luxury princess cruises or celebrity cruises, then that's a high-end clientele. I wouldn't be marketing, it's certain things that you just wouldn't market to them. So they would not be interested in a Carnival cruise, although I love Carnival cruise. Don't get me wrong, but that's two different categories of cruisers. That's a whole upscale butler service. It's not that many people on a boat. It's full, the lifestyle. The cruises are longer. The destinations are more exotic. It's a whole nother feel from Carnival as well. That's the party boat. That's the fun ship. That's the family. That's the the let's all hang out type of cruise. That's fine. So when I'm marketing too, looking for people for Carnival cruise, yeah, I can book families. Me and my grandma and my kids and my nieces and nephews and my husband, we all go on there. But if I'm booking celebrity cruise, then all of them wouldn't be able to go. Unless that's the kind of, trip that I wanted them to go on. But that's more of Carnival. That's more of Disney cruise. That's more of Royal Caribbean. So narrowing it down and knowing exactly and clear who you're talking to, who is your niche, who is your target market. So you might, you want to focus your business on, like for me, I focus in on planning group trips. So a niche don't have to just be cruises. If you don't book cruises, that's fine. If that's not your niche, you might book music festivals. I brought up Essence Music Festival, Cincinnati Music Festival. Some people just do those kind of trips every year. Sporting events. Some people do just some travel agents do just like the cheerleading competitions or the baseball teams. They take the kids, like that's a different kind of group niche. So look how you can scale that all the way down. So not only am I a group specialist, it's a certain type of group that I want to go with me. It's a certain type of group that I want to book. It's a certain type I'm marketing to family reunions. I'm marketing to the group of ladies that want to go on a wine vineyard trip, and take a few tours, like those kind of groups. If that's what I'm marketing to, that's scaling down your niche. So yes, you can have a niche and then a sub niche. So mine is I book group travel. On top of that group travel, I book land group travel and I book group cruise travel. I'm still a group travel specialist, but those are two different. I'm scaling it all the way down. Most people that go on my land trips don't like cruising. Most people that go on my cruising, they like both. But most of the people that go on those, they don't prefer cruising. However, they still like to go on a trip with a group. Why? Because I'm solving a problem. I know how to put people together with complete strangers that don't have a roommate, because one thing with groups, it's very hard to find a roommate to go all the way through if they're not a couple, if they're not even families, cousins, all of that, people, they separate. By the time that it's time to go on the trip, sometimes they're not even talking. So you're trying to put them in a whole nother, room with somebody else to prevent them from canceling or whatever. Or it might be that I have plenty of single travelers, which has always amazed me because I'm clearly married. I travel with my husband. I mean, and a lot of them say the same things. I have to ask them, like, what do y'all like about traveling with? They're like, you fun, and your vibe, your vibe is everything. Like, we have a good time. It's no judgment. It's no, I do your thing. We just have a good time. All right. Well, here she goes. She from Atlanta. She's from Chicago. All right. Y'all cool with each other. All right. Y'all in the room together. You agree? You agree? That's fine. Like, that shouldn't stop you from being able to go on a vacation. That is a big problem. Let me solve that problem. Let me solve that problem. Let me do things that other groups don't do. The whole group is not consist of just my family. So one thing with knowing your niche, right now you should have some kind of idea. And the thing about niches, you might it's kind of crazy, right? So, and I've seen people put this in our millionaire page about sometimes your crowd is not responding, your audience is not responding, your target, they're not responding. Maybe they're not your, either you're not, marketing your niche to them, or maybe your niche has changed because of based on what you're marketing. Sometimes we don't even know half of the things that we really post and market, because you might post all the time a beautiful Bora Bora type trip. Might love those kind of, I love to see those kind of vacations. Love to see those little videos that come up on social media. And you'll want to share that. That's fine. But those are always usually overwater huts that are honeymoon or couples anniversary type thing. And then you'll say, well, I'm a family, I'm a kid, I'm a family specialist. That's not what you're marketing. Make sure what you're marketing adds up with what your niche is, okay? Because people are feeling the vibe from what you're marketing. And that's what we keep getting messing up, keep messing up by not really paying attention to, okay, my heart and what I like and my passion is, I love to see them overwater bungalows. I love to travel with my husband. I love vacations. I love to share that kind of stuff. I love to see black love and white love and whatever kind of love. I just love love. So, and I express that through sharing those kind of videos. And that means that people think that I told y'all this before, people think that I am a destination wedding like person. I'm really not. I'm more of the honeymoon, let's go party type girl. But the love comes off as she know how to, put together a nice wedding or something like that. And I've never had a destination wedding. Like, I don't know, but that comes off. The love is coming off. So I rarely get bookings for families, because people don't, that although they see me with my kids, if you're on my regular page, but if you're on my travel page, I book the Caribbean. Rarely will you see Paris, Dubai, all of that kind of stuff. I love it. That's fine. But most of my bookings, most of my money, my niche is I like to take groups to the Caribbean and the Bahamas. I like to take groups on Bahamas and Caribbean cruises. So yes, if you look on my page, you're on my travel page, my business page, you're going to see Punta Cana, Jamaica, Cancun, Aruba, all Caribbean things. You're going to see cruises. You're going to see something that represents my niche. You're going to see the language that I'm saying, our group, we're going. We can't wait to go. Join our group. You can come party with us. You can come vacation with us. Because that's the kind of things that I'm sharing. That's my niche. So you want to make sure you lining up with what you're sharing. Make sure it goes hand in hand with what you're actually, representing, because your passion might be something else from what you think your niche is, and your niche is your passion. So you want to make sure everything is kind of lining up. And I think that's how sometimes we get a little bit, we might say, well, I love to book Disney. I'm going to be a Disney person. I'm a Disney specialist. I just went to Disney World in February. I mean, I would book somebody family Disney vacation, but that's not what my heart is. I know how to book it. Now I'll take a group booking, but I'm not interested in just one family going to Disney. Like, that wouldn't be the core of my marketing on my page. It's not. So we want to make sure that understanding what your niche is, and let me help you define. Let me help you discover and define your niche. So the first thing is, like I said, identify your interests and your passions. It's gonna show based off what you post. So there's no way around it. Some people love to post like food all around the world. I never even thought about that. So I started seeing some of the agents in here, and I would see your page. And some people say, well, I'm a foodie. I love to eat food on vacation. I love to eat anyway. It don't matter if I'm at home or on vacation. But sometimes it don't even hit me like that. Like, oh, I do like to try different stuff a little bit when I'm on vacation. Some people go on vacation just to try the different types of food from the countries. That's a niche. Travel food niche. What is your passion? Understanding and identifying it. That's the first thing in your niche. One is identifying the problems you can solve. Now, with that, since we're talking about the food niche, the food and travel niche go together. Identifying the problems you can solve. One main thing that has been solved, I actually went to Jamaica for myself with my mom and my husband. I had an old Jamaica takeover, but my mom came all her life. Oh, like jerk chicken is so nasty. It's hot. She don't like spicy food. Oh, it's so nasty. And I said, Mama, just taste it. Okay, can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but did I leave off on the jerk chicken?
No, you didn't get that far.
What?
Number one.
Huh?
You were still on number one.
Oh, okay, let me go back. Don't be laughing at me. Girl, I'm just talking away. I said, wait a minute, I was in my class.
You good. We here. Did nobody ditch class? We waiting on you.
Okay. Okay, hold on one second.